Okay, so today I am going to discuss another CSIR NET PYQ. As you can see, it's a 2016 PYQ actually. Okay, so I intentionally picked this problem because, as you can see, it's from classical mechanics generating function problem, and most of you actually know the Lagrangian, Hamiltonian formulations, small oscillation, these topics very well. But there is a little bit maybe lack about the preparation of these generating functions, and most of you maybe forgot that how many there are four generating functions actually: f1, f2, f3, f4, and they have some. This is from q and q. This is from small q capital P. This is from small p capital Q, and this is from small p capital P. And from these generating functions, to get the informations about other two coordinates, there are some sign conventions also. So this is the sign convention. Okay, plus plus, plus minus, sorry, minus minus, and minus plus. Okay, so let me briefly tell first that what the sign. Let me first solve this problem, and then I will tell how to remember this actually. Because as you can see, in many previous years there are problems coming from this generating functions, and not only from the, this is the most popular actually, this f1. But in previous years you can see that there are problems coming from f2, f3, f4 also. Okay, so you in there are no, I mean almost 1 month now. Okay, so less than 1 month. So if this time tips type of problems come in your exam, then you should remember that what is the proper sign convention, what trick you should use. Okay, so I will tell you that how to remember this, that what is the proper sign, then you can get the full marks. Actually, this problem is nothing. This problem has nothing in it. If you know the proper formula and proper sign convention, then you will be done in just 2 minutes. Okay, but if you forgot the proper sign convention, then there may be problem. Okay, so let's first do the problem actually. So if you get given that there is a canonical transformation from small qp to capital QP, and this is the generating function they are given, and there is the Hamiltonian given, and now they are telling that what is the equation of motion for capital Q and capital P. Okay, so it's a straightforward problem actually. You have to convert this Hamiltonian from small qp to capital QP, and then find what is the equation of motion of Q and P. Basically, what is Q dot and what is P dot. Okay, so now first thing is look this generating function. This is small q and capital P. So what is this generating function? This is f2 actually. I am telling this f1, f2, f3, f4 from JC Upadhyay. If you don't know that what is if, why I am telling this f1, f2, f3, f4, this is actually convention. Okay, so you can strictly follow JC Upadhyay. I will strictly recommend to follow JC Upadhyay. Actually, I followed this. So there is the all the derivations also there, and why these are the sign conventions I will tell you later. Okay, so firstly they have given that f2 is q square p. Okay, q square capital P. Okay, now you have to get the, so what is given here, small q and capital P. So from small q you can get small p, and from capital P you can get capital Q. Okay, now, what is the sign convention? Look the sign convention here. For F2, the sign convention is both plus and plus. Okay, so it is plus del F2 del Q, and similarly, the second one is also plus del F2 del P. Okay, now you are done. There is nothing to do, nothing to do anymore. You are done just. Okay, so it is just 2Q capital P and small capital Q is equal to q square. Okay, now what is your Hamiltonian? Let's look at the Hamiltonian. Hamiltonian is p square by 2 alpha q square equal to small p square by 2 alpha q square plus beta by 4 capital Q to the power 4. Okay, so small p is what? Small p is 2q into capital P. Okay, So just substitute it here. So it is 4p squared by 4q square p square by 2 alpha, okay, plus beta by 4 into capital Q square. So capital Q is small q square. So small q to the power 4 is equal to capital Q square. So this is the thing. So let me write it again. So it is capital P square, sorry, 2 capital P square by alpha plus beta by 4 capital Q square. Now what is your Q dot? Q dot is simply del H by del P, del capital P. So it is 4 capital P by alpha. And what is your P dot? P dot is equal to minus del H by del Q, that is equal to minus beta Q by 2. So just check the option. What is 4p by alpha is here, okay. So in this problem, you don't need the sign convention very well because of these options. Because if you find this one, there is nothing confusion here. Because in this option, it is p by alpha, 2p by alpha. The only option that contains 4p by alpha is this option. Okay. But suppose there is another option 4p by alpha and there is suppose plus beta q by 2. Suppose this is another option, then you will have confusion. So what if it should be plus or it should be minus? Okay, then you can have confusion. So that's why you need the proper sign convention oil, okay. So let me tell you a little bit, okay, about this sign convention. This is the main motive of this choosing this problem, okay. So f1 is f1 small q capital Q, okay. So from small q you can get small p, from capital Q you can get capital P. And what is the sign convention? Sign convention is plus and minus. So plus means there is plus del f1 del q, and capital P means minus del f1 del q, okay. Similarly the f2 I already told. Let's suppose f3. So f3 is f3 small p capital Q, okay. So you can get from small p you can get small q, from capital Q you can get capital P. So the sign convention is both minus. Okay. So it is del f3 del p and capital P is minus del f3 del q. And similarly you can get the f4. Okay. So these are the sign conventions and you can remember it actually not to remember it, it's not actually very difficult actually. Okay. So the first thing is plus and minus, so you have to remember that which is plus minus. The next one is plus plus, okay. The next one is minus minus and minus plus, okay. So this is the sign convention which is not very difficult to remember. I agree that it's a bit confusing. You can the if you remember the first one, and the rest of thing is easy to remember. If you remember the first one is plus minus, then you can automatically can remember the next one is both positive, the next one is both negative, okay, and the remaining one is minus plus. So the middle two, the in this four, the middle two is both plus and both minus. So the middle two is easy to remember. Okay. The confusion can arise between the first one and the fourth one. So first one is plus minus. So the fourth one will be opposite, minus plus. The middle two is easy. It's both plus plus and minus minus. So in this way you can remember this thing actually. Actually I remembered in this thing. And if you want to know that what is the detailed derivation, why these signs are coming, there is a detailed derivation in JC Upadhyay. I will strongly recommend to see this. Okay. But in as you know that the NET and GATE exam are very near. It's almost less than a month now. So and problems from generating function are coming actually. In you can see NET PYQ also in December 2023 also there is a problem from generating function, and it's not from the f1, it's probably from f2 or f3 actually. So problems from various generating functions are coming, so it's better to remember the proper sign convention for at least 1 to 2 months, okay, because all of your competitive exams are between 1 to 2 months. So in next upcoming for 1 to 2 months you should have, and I will recommend you to remember this proper sign convention actually, okay. So as I told, if you can remember the first one, and the last one is just opposite to it. Plus minus minus plus, and the middle two are easy to remember, they are both plus plus and minus minus. Okay, so this is the way you can remember it actually. Okay, and there is nothing about this problem, the problem is actually easy. The hard thing is to remember the sign convention. Okay, so if you remember the sign convention, these problems are like bread and butter for you. You can crack it in 2 minutes actually, free marks actually. Okay, so this is the motive to choose this problem to get make you familiar with the sign convention of all the generating functions. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today, and thank you.